Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Here we're talking about solar 2022. Now just to let you know, I have to film this over a couple of days because I'm a little bit busy in the real estate business right now. Things are kind of a little bit crazy in my town, and it's not anywhere else, but it is where I am, and that's what counts. So, was solar worth it? I've got 3 full years of solar panel generation. Was it worth it? Well, we're going to get into it in just a second. Okay, they're getting into it. As you can see, just got off the trekker, so I'm a little sweaty, but I got to do this solar update. And as you can see, maybe you can't. Oh, let's go away. Let's go closer. Well, oh, maybe I know what I did wrong. I didn't have it nice and bright. As you can see, hopefully, there's my yearly usage. I now have 4 colors, as in 4 years of usage. 20, 21, 22, and now we're into 23. So, was solar worth it? And the answer is yes. But even with the increased cost of electricity where I live, and let me tell you, when I put solar in, you can go back and look, it was 3.2 cents a kilowatt hour. Oh, okay. Well, a lot of it has happened since then, and where I live the economy is booming and unemployment is 3%. The cost to put my solar in was $16,000. Today it's $24,000, and there is no way a system that I have, it says right at the top here. No, it does not. I thought it did. Darn, I just got caught. Oh, come on. 6.34 kilowatt hour system, I believe I'm down to. And with that system, do I get a 0 electricity bill? And the answer is no. A couple of things have happened. One, I have all these grow lights that I've installed, which they did not use for my energy usage. So I could probably put a couple more panels up there. But to add panels after your system is in is expensive. Not really worth doing. It really isn't. 2, I also now have an electric truck, which I plug in once a week, sometimes twice, but mostly once a week. But it's got 130 kilowatt hour battery back. So, you know, there's no DC fast chargers out there for me to use. There's only one in the entire city of 1.5 million people that I can use. That's DC fast charge. That's 150 kilowatt hours or faster. There's some 50s out there, but I'm not sitting at a 50 kilowatt hour charging station for 2 hours. Just not doing it. I mean, if it was a couple blocks from my house, I'd walk home and then go back. But not doing that. So, how does solar perform? Well, you really got to look at your weather. Because I've got to tell you, we got smoky summer a couple years ago, so my usage was way down. My panels could not generate over 1,000 kilowatt hours a month, and they should be able to do about 1,300 kilowatt hours in a month. June, July, and August. Rest of the year, no. December, I mean, I don't even hit 150. And this is the problem with solar. I do not have enough space on my land to put enough solar up there to supply my house with electricity. And we won't even get into heating. We won't even get into that. But for electricity, where I live, I don't have enough space. I don't have enough money. 200 grand it would cost, maybe more. And you'd need battery backup. That would last at least 30 days. Yeah. Because it snowed in December, it was minus 40 and snowed 10 days straight, no electricity. Nothing. I mean, I don't care how you had those panels done, it was cloudy every day and snowing. So, let's get into the numbers. So, one thing has happened that my panels cannot eliminate after having 3 full years of bills. That's the billing charges. No matter how well I try and use electricity and cut back, I always end up with the billing fees. And the fixed billing fees are $62.93 a month. I cannot get rid of these. Even if I have a credit, I use 1,000 kilowatt hours of electricity and I produce 1,300. I got 300 kilowatts of surplus at 8 cents, because that's my rate, 8 cents, and it's fixed because I go over almost every month. I can't do the summer 30 cents where I get 30 cents, but I'm always over. I'm never under. especially with an electric vehicle. I'm never under, so I gotta have that 8-cent fixed rate. Otherwise, my variable rate is 19 cents a kilowatt hour, and it can go up to 30. Like, that's just ridiculous. So why did I put the solar in if I'm doing that? You're not gonna do that. So I got my fixed rate. So that's only 24 bucks, people. That's it. It's not gonna eliminate this $62.93, and I've come down to the fact that I'm going to fork out $755.16 a year in billing fees. They don't mail anything to me. It's all internet. It's all automatic. It doesn't cost me anything. It's an email to send me a bill. Give me a break. But I'm going to fork that out. So that's my base electricity. What did I spend last year for 2022 total electricity for my house for the whole year, plugging in a lightning for 6 months of those years, and my grow up down here, which is now growing to like 7 or 8 lights. Gonna have tomatoes. So I used a total of 15,420 kilowatt hours. The one thing I do like about my bill, and I do have to point this out, I better cover up the important information at the top, is I can find out exactly how much I imported. There's a graph here on the second page of my bill that tells me imported. So my power goes out, see, exported and imported. So I mean, I had one month with 1,900 and some odd, more than that, almost 2,000 kilowatt hours imported. But I had to keep my garage warm for something I was doing, and I don't have any insulation out there, but I had an electric heater going, so it really popped up. So, you know, I got a $300 bill, but I know how much I'm bringing in, and I know how much I'm exporting. So if you add them together, you get your total usage. And because of this nice little graph here and a little bit of adding, this is how many kilowatt hours I used, gross. Now, my total bill, including the billing charges, was $1,760 for the year. I got my billing charges at $755.16. That's fixed, that's every year, never going anywhere. So this was my actual cost of electricity, which was $1,004.84 for the year. And remember, for 6 months of that, I was charging my lightning at home every day, almost every day. I've learned to only plug it in once a week now. Now, based on this would have been the cost. $2667.20, what is what I would have forked out if I didn't have the solar panels. Simple. So I saved $1,662.32, but my system cost $16,000, just under, by about 10 bucks. So that's 10 years. And that's how long it takes to make it back, at least 10 years. You can't overproduce. So one of the things I would really wish I could do is have enough solar panels to where I could eliminate the billing fee. So on an overall year of average sunlight, and I live in the sunniest city in Canada, I would have a zero bill. That was the goal, that I would have a zero bill. I did get one bill once for $5, and I've had a whole bunch of bills at $21, $22, $23, $24, but mostly, I mean, that's, you know, over 36 months, that's happened maybe 6 times. Otherwise, it's $80 to $100 almost every month. So thank you very much. Solar. So is solar worth putting in? Yes, it is. Just the excitement of having it is almost worth it. But you do make your money back. And remember, solar panels, the ones I put in, are guaranteed for 25 years, but I am sure they will last 40. Because a friend of mine did it in the 80s, and those panels are still working just perfectly fine. He's added extras because he lives out on a farm and has cows. But $1,662 in savings for 2023, and for 2022, my apologies, 2023 savings are even going to be greater. And the reason the savings are greater is electricity prices are continuing to go up, and there is nothing we can do about it where I live. We are deregulated. It's supply and demand, and for some odd reason we don't have any nuclear power plants under construction, and we don't have any natural gas fire plants under construction, and for some odd reason, yeah, we got the solar going and it helps with the peak, but honestly, when it's minus 40 outside and the wind is blowing and it's cloudy and it's snowing and it's that way for 15 days, which we just went through, your solar panels are not generating anything. The solar farms aren't generating anything. The wind turbines are spinning because our wind turbines work when it's -40 because it happens all the time. But those are, our windy areas are almost maxed out. It's not like we have an endless supply of wind like some people think. We're a big province. So thank you very much for tuning in. I hope this helps you make your decision on your solar. It absolutely is worth it, but please, please, please check your pricing. They have jacked this up. If they haven't been in business the last 10 years, I personally would not use them. I want someone that's been around when it was tough. I want someone that was putting solar in when it was 3 cents a kilowatt hour, and when I put mine in 2020 and everyone said I was nuts, I want that company that was successful at that time. They're reasonably priced, they know what they're doing, and they have the experience. I don't want these fly-by-nighters. There's already been 3 on the news that have been taking people's money and not doing the job. So, check it out. Make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you know your costs. Make sure you know what your cost of electricity is and figure it out, and especially the extra charges. There's tons of extra charges, and you have to take those into account because they don't really go away. Be careful. Have yourself a wonderful time out there. Enjoy the winter because it is winter time, and I'll see you in the future.